Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to MODUS Sports as we look forward to day number 5 of the Icons of Darts Live League. And here we have the asset, Paul Nicholson, to look through what's going to happen today, fingers crossed. But Paul, first of all, another blistering day yesterday.
It was an unusual afternoon for me. There were a lot of frustrated dart players, I think, on Thursday afternoon. Aaron Monk was a fantastic example of that because he lost his first game and he was cursing himself for doing so. But I thought he played really, really well for the first couple of games. And we heard him off the air say that he was going to have a word with double 10. When Aaron has a word with someone, it's usually quite a stiff word. And when he returned for the next game, it was like double 10 and him were best friends. I mean, there was a 128 checkout there, which was massive in the course of his third match. And after that, he didn't seem to miss it in the key moments. So, Aaron had a great day. I think Keelan K played well, but he will have had his dinner last night, probably ruining a lot of opportunities. He could have easily won 8 points yesterday.
Was it a strange one or was it a missed opportunity for Jarrod Cole, particularly the way he started against Aaron and sort of like faded off a little bit towards the end?
Yeah, I absolutely think that. I think the way that Jarrod scored yesterday, in certain spells, he was unplayable. He was constantly on something like 81 after 9. He was scoring so heavily and blistering people off the board, but a lot of missed doubles from him yesterday in key spots, and I think you're absolutely right, Phil. I think he missed an opportunity to put some distance between him and the field. And of course, with a day off to come, I think you need that distance if you are going to win the league and try and make things a little bit easier on yourself.
Strange day for Richie Evans as well. Didn't win a game, but actually played some good stuff. It was strange.
Yeah, I think I would liken Richie's performance yesterday to that of Mike Warburton on Tuesday, because he didn't play badly. He just made the mistakes at the wrong times and always seemed to come up one treble short when he needed the extra one. And I think he would have been frustrated yesterday, but not to the degree of someone who had missed a ton of doubles at key moments. He always seemed to be pipped by the better player. And the timing was off for Richie yesterday. If he can put that behind him, I think he can still mount a charge. But yeah, very frustrating day for Richie.
In terms of the overall table, is it now a 3-horse race between Cole, Smith and Monk for the overall winner?
I think it probably is. I think today, obviously we talked about yesterday being moving day, and Aaron made a huge move, getting 8 points. He won his bonus game as well at the end of the afternoon against Keelan K. So I think that was a key thing. If Aaron has a similar day today, then he could find himself, shooting for top spot tomorrow. But I think it's down to those three. I think Justin Smith had a somewhat frustrating day yesterday, and when he chipped 69 in 2 darts at the end of his day yesterday, he didn't even celebrate. He was almost flustered by the fact that he took his check out in the way he did. But if he can have a good day today, like he did earlier in the week, yeah, it's definitely down to the three of them, but I'm not going to pick one right now. I think it'd be better to pick one in about 24 hours.
Looking ahead to today's fixtures, I'm guessing the key pivotal fixture today is Aaron against Justin Smith in terms of the overall title, because just looking at it, it is Jarrod Cole's day off today.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's the key fixture for me today.
Yeah, it has to be, because yesterday we had the key fixture in the middle of the session with Jarrod against Justin, and it was just a brilliant game. It was worthy of a top-of-the-table clash. It was 5-4 to Jarrod, of course, and it could have easily gone the other way. There was some blistering stuff in the middle of that match, and there were so many ups and downs in it. But yes, today it's definitely about Aaron and Justin, and whoever wins that is going to find themselves in an easier position, I feel, going forward. But yeah, bring that game on. But there's quite a few others to get through as well.
I'll just touch on the others as well. The fixture list does look absolutely stacked with great fixtures today. What's your standout one? What's the one that you're looking forward to the most?
Well, it is that one, the top of the table clash. I did not pick Jarrod against Justin yesterday because we didn't necessarily know how important it was going to be by this point. But the thing about the Justin Aaron game now, with Jarrod's day off, we do know how important it is. And it is going to be the most important game of the day, we feel, at this stage. So that's got to be it. But I'm looking forward to watching Keelan Kay play again. Yesterday, he scored predominantly very, very heavily. But the missed doubles he had early on, I think he got away with some. But ultimately, the infectious nature of those missed doubles cost him later in the afternoon. So if he can be more consistent with his doubling, there's no reason why he can't have a big day today.
This with the Icons of Darts Live League, you touched on the word consistency there, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because we've seen some great stuff from Keelan and Jose Justicia in places, but in other places they go missing. If they can just up their consistency by 5-6%, then they're also going to be major handfuls today.
Yeah, I found that myself when I played in for 3 weeks. Didn't necessarily have many bad days. I had one day where I came up completely potless, and that made me feel very bad indeed. But there were a lot of days where I picked up 4 and 6 points, and that's what you've got to be doing on a consistent basis through the entire week if you are going to win the week. You can't have that really bad day of 0 points or even 2 points. You're just not going to cut the mustard with that amount of points in a day. But the consistency, if you can get 4 or 6 every day and have that day or two where you get all of them, you're going to contend. But consistency is definitely the key in league format.
Expecting Richie Evans to bounce back as well, almost like the wounded lion after yesterday?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Richie's a great guy for bouncing back. We look at his career with Q School. Lost a card, went to Q School, got it back. Lost a card, went to Q School, got it back. That's what he does. He's the bungee cord of the darts world. So I expect him to have a big day today. I think there's probably less pressure on him now because we're looking at the other 3. So maybe he'll play with a bit more freedom. And I expect Richie to probably snag at least 6 points today.
So your 20 pence, where would you be putting it for the winner of the daily table today? If you had a gun to your head?
Oh, well, I'm going to stick with Richie Evans. I think he is going to bounce back. I think there's a bit more pressure on Aaron today than there was yesterday. And of course, there is pressure on Justin Smith. It's his debut week, so he shouldn't really feel pressure. But everybody wants to win the league. And if you've got the opportunity, you are going to feel a little bit of extra anxiety. So I think with the freedom that Richie could possibly play with this Friday, I think he might be the form horse.
Also, as well, this evening, there's one game that leaps out the page. I know it's already been talked about. It is the 16 times world champion Phill Taylor against the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherrock. I know it's only going to be best of 7, but that could be absolutely a classic for a streaming game.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, look at the way that Fallon played a couple of days ago. She was on it. And if she is on it like that tonight, she's going to cause Phill problems. But we've already seen from last week when Phill made his guest appearance that he was playing very, very well indeed. So I'd like them both to turn up and hammer that 7-leg thriller that we all want to see. I'd love to see Fallon beat Phill because it would be a headline. But at the same time, I think Phill has played all sorts of challenges throughout his career on many different formats. He probably will win the match, but I'd love to see Fallon contend for that one. It's going to be a fantastic spectacle later on tonight.
Definitely, absolutely, Paul. Well, we're about 2 hours till kickoff, everyone, and Paul will be calling us through all the action live on Dart Shop TV, the MODUS YouTube channel, and your chosen bookmaker of choice. We can't wait, so please join us for that. Paul, it's a pleasure, and we'll see you in a few hours.
Will do.